The Adventures of Man Sponge and Boy Patrick in E.V.I.L. versus the I.J.L.S.A. Chapter 8. Make Out Reef. Later at the Mermalair, the I.J.L.S.A. was in the middle of some very important business.
So it's agreed, Merman said. We'll get one cheese pizza, one with pepperoni and mushrooms, and one with olives.
Suddenly, the video screen on the wall lit up.
Super acquaintances, we need your help, someone cried.
Holy halibut! It's the chief! The Quixter said.
Thank you for the introduction, Quixter, but we all know who I am. More to the point, we've got news on the whereabouts of E.V.I.L, the chief explained. The who's-abouts of what? Asked the elastic waistband. You just tell us where they are, Chief, and we'll hog tie them faster than you can say salsa verde, Miss Up Here promised. Our sources last saw E.V.I.L harassing some teenagers up at Make Out Reef. You know, Make Out Reef? Woohoo! Said the chief, making kissing noises.
Flop and flounder, Mermaid Man! Make Out Reef! The Quixter gasped.
Those fiends! Cried Mermaid Man. Ah, Make Out Reef. Good times, Captain Magma chuckled softly to himself. To Make Out Reef! Away! Called Mermaid Man. Does this mean we're not getting pizza? The elastic waistband asked sadly. Meanwhile, at Make Out Reef, the supervillains known as E.V.I.L were doing their best to pester teenagers. Man Ray, the Dirty Bubble, and Barnacle Man taunted a pair of teenagers parked in a boat. John and Nancy sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G, they chanted, shining a flashlight on them. Ah, leave us alone! Please! The young couple cried. The villains laughed mischievously. Ooh, shine the flashlight on that car over there, Man Ray! The Dirty Bubble urged his partner in crime. With pleasure, Man Ray replied. He shined the flashlight on another parked car. The light revealed a lonely boy inside kissing a pillow. Hey man, that's not cool, the boy complained. The three criminals snickered. They haven't had this much fun in ages. Just then, Mermaid Man arrived to put an end to their laughter. Leave those young kids alone, he cried. Well, if it isn't Milkmaid Man, you saved us the trouble of tracking you down, Man Ray hissed. You fiends can't win, you're outnumbered, Mermaid Man shouted. You senile bag of fish paste, there are 3 of us and only 1 of you, Man Ray growled.
Make that 2, called the Quixter as he raced the Mermaid Man's side.
3, Captain Magma rocketed onto the scene. 4, the elastic waistband stretched to join his friends. 5, cried Miss Up Here, suddenly visible. And me makes 10, Mermaid Man said, counting his fingers. Oh, I think... Uh-oh. I don't feel so good about this, the Dirty Bubble said nervously. In fact, all 3 supervillains looked worried. Well, there goes our big toy deal, Barnacle Man sighed. Super acquaintances, attack! Mermaid Man shouted. No, please, mercy! Cried Barnacle Man. He and the alliance of evil were quaking in their boots. Krakatoa! Captain Magma shouted. A burst of flaming lava shot out from the top of his fiery helmet. Unfortunately, instead of landing on the criminals, it plopped down on top of the Quixter's head. Ah! Ah! Get it off! Get it off! Get it off! The Quixter screamed. Panicked, he ran in a circle trying to shake off the burning lava. I'll save you, Quixter, said the elastic waistband. He took off after his friend. What happened next was not pretty. The Quickster was moving really fast. So fast that the elastic waistband's rubbery arms and legs got tangled up in his wake. "I'll cool you off, Quickster, with one of my water balls," Merman Man said. By this time, the Quickster was running so fast he was a blur. Merman Man squinted, trying to see him. He launched a water ball, but it accidentally landed on Captain Magma instead. "Huh? No, 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 no!" Captain Magma cried as the water ball doused his flames and reduced him to ashes. "Well, I guess it's up to me," said Miss Appear. She became invisible and began creeping toward the criminals. "I'll just sneak over, unseen, and catch him by surprise," she whispered. Unfortunately for Miss Appear, the criminals weren't the only ones who couldn't see her. Suddenly, she was hit by a passing boat and knocked off a cliff. The driver had no idea she was there. "Get it off! Get it off! Get it off!" The Quickster was still aflame and running in circles. At last, the lava burned out, but there was nothing left of the Quickster except 2 smoking shoes. Merman Man took one last look at the sad state of the super acquaintances and fell over. Man Ray, the Dirty Bubble, and Barnacle Man stared at one another in shock. They had gone from being outnumbered to defeating a legendary crime-fighting team without lifting a finger. "We did it! We won! This day belongs to E.V.I.L!" Barnacle Man said triumphantly. Stay tuned for Chapter 9, coming up soon.